Well, good evening. Welcome back. I am your boy Q, the content guy, and I am back for a brand new review. Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 13, Chapter 1, Reset. And I need to reset my life because this was such a boring episode. I need to reset my thought process when it comes to Atlanta. I need to reset and can't wait till this is over with. We're gonna try our best to I'm gonna try my best to entertain y'all. This episode ain't really give nothing but a headache. I don't rock with Drew, but I'm kind of on Drew's side. And that's really it. I guess that's the show, huh? I don't know what else there is to really talk about. If you care. I don't really, I don't really, there's nothing else to talk about with this show. Nothing, like literally nothing. So let's just do what we do and we're gonna get through it. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend who knows a friend who knows a friend. Gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a long night. I'm literally over here doing something else as I'm talking to y'all. It's gonna be a long night. So let me get my attitude together. Let me entertain y'all because y'all come over here to watch me. And whoo, child, it's gonna be a lot. 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 Let me see. We 3 minutes in. I think I didn't talk about the episode. All right. Well, all right now, y'all. It's been fun. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, 3 minutes in, I gave y'all a great review. No. All right. Hold on. Just had to fix some videos. I can put some videos, some more clips up. Let me add this clip. Let me bring this up over here. Bring this here and put that there. All right. Can y'all hear me out there? Everything sound good? All right, perfect. Great. Now, don't make us do you like you did that boy. Okay, Jay. Okay, Jay. Baby, they whoop KJ. Wizard, they whoop KJ. I'll never forget that. Poor thing. So when it comes to Atlanta.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on. Perfect.
All right. I like Kelli in this episode. I support Drew and Porsha. So annoying. Well, that's the episode because I feel the same way. I don't like Kelli though. All right. Where my notes at? Where my notes at? Where my notes at? Hey, where my notes at? Where my notes at? Hey, where my notes at? Where my notes at? Hey, where my notes at? Where my notes at? Hey, where my notes at? Where my notes at? Hey. All right. The show opens up with the girls giving donations to take on the trip. Britt Edie walks up with this box. Child, ain't nothing in the box. She said more stuff is coming. Why Britt Edie always look like a then she started complaining about the event planner and how that event was not a reputation of how she would have done things. But Britt, you signed off on it. You signed off on it. So I don't why do people do that? When something don't go right, they be like, oh, I would have never have done that. That's just not a reputation of me, representation of me. I don't even get down like that. That's not even how I would have had things. That's not even how I do things. My event wouldn't have went like that. It was the event planner's fault. My fault. Oh no, never. It wasn't my fault. It was the event planner's fault. But you should have been sitting down with the event planner. You should have been sitting down with the event planner and talking about your event. You just wanted to put an outfit on and go out there and try to look cute. Come on now. Like, that's all you wanted to do out there and try to look cute? But okay, I guess, like, okay. Because your name is burnt in the industry. Because she's like, you eat me, darling. Who said that, y'all? What season was that? Because your name is burnt in the industry. Bitches like you. Eat me, darling. Who gonna check me, boo? What you start? What's wrong? You stuttering? Now that was an episode. She asked the ladies, season 3 or 4. No, season 2. Child, you call yourself a fan. Somebody get Wizard up out of here. Somebody get Wizard up out of here. Season 3 or 4. And you call yourself a fan.
Well, all I can say is,
and you call yourself a fan. Ugh. So, she asked the ladies about, they asked the ladies, she asked Shamina about, her issue with Drew and how things was with Drew. And she said, once people do all that name calling and stuff like that, like, I ain't got nothing for you. But if I recall, didn't you call her a bitch? Bitch, lapdog, bitch. Okay. Whatever you say, Shamina. Whatever you say. I have some serious questions about season 17. I have some serious questions about season 17, and I don't think I'll ever get them answered. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Sorry, I don't see it. Porsha and Drew meet up. Porsha said, I know that you and Dennis are still filming. He kind of wanted to film not just to promote your music, but to also clear up that you were trying to sleep with him. Drew was like, huh? Like, it's just awkward. She was like, well, yeah, Porsha was like, there's no need to do all that. And Drew was like, but girl, I'm not trying to sleep with him. And she was like, it's not true, but also we can bring up the fact that you were filming with Drew. And then Porsha gets in the confessional and is like, I didn't know Ralph, I didn't know Ralph was going to be there. Shamina was there and I just happened to show up. Girl, Porsha, stop. Porsha, stop. You put the whole microphone set on. Girl, stop. It then got the nerve to say, well, if it's not true that you pretty much that Drew was sleeping with this guy or messing with this guy or dating this guy named Black. And Porsha had the nerve to say, I don't get why Drew is letting rumors linger, like letting rumors sit out there and linger. No, I'm thinking to myself, now Porsha. I know you didn't get your ass up on this TV screen and say, I don't know why somebody got the nerve to let rumors linger around. Girl, you still haven't addressed the fact that you took that lady's husband. Girl, you haven't addressed the fact that you was messing with that lady's husband. She said Drew is very angry and aggressive with her. Drew said she wasn't angry. She was like, well, since you want to talk about that, let's talk about the fact that you're dating Future. Porsha was like, I don't know Future. I don't know anything about him. I'm not dating him. I've never even met the guy. She said, but if you just want to throw things out there, we can throw things out there. Porsha's like, it's not about you dating Dennis, and that he's bringing it up. Drew said, you're going through a divorce and you're angry and your smoke is not for me. It's for what you're going through. In the confessional, they asked Porsha, how does she know that Drew is messing with somebody named Black? And she says, oh, well, Dennis told me. So Porsha, If Drew is messing with somebody, then help me out. I don't always pay attention when I watch this show. But if Drew is messing with somebody named Black, and she says she's not messing with Dennis, and even Dennis said that she's not messing with him, why do you keep saying that Dennis is trying to clear the fact that Drew was trying to sleep with him? Why do you keep putting that narrative out there, Porsha? Like, what is it doing for you? Like, is it first of all, I don't believe that this Drew and Porsha beef is even real. That's the very first thing. Second of all, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. But like, okay, I guess. Like, I don't really I don't know what else to say. Like, I don't get this issue that Porsha seems to have with Drew. I really don't. And again, I'm in and out the episode. I don't like the fact that the girl tell you if the girl says she's not sleeping with Drew with Dennis, and Dennis say he's not sleeping with Drew, then why you keep bringing that up, Porsha? Why you keep bringing that up? And Drew better than me because I'd have went upside Porsha head by now. Because Porsha only really go after the girls that she knows she can beat, and I like Porsha. Porsha gets up and walks away. She says she can't handle this. She's not gonna be combative with Drew and stuff like that. She gets up and she walks away. And she was like, and Drew pretty much said, I see why you're going through the shit that you're going through. And that was the sit down. That was the sit down that everybody's been waiting on Twitter for. Drew and Porsha to sit down. That was the huge sit down, whatever. The reunion films Thursday. I'm going to need Drew to stand up for herself because Porsha is going with the narrative that you are sleeping with Ralph or that you have tried to sleep with Dennis. She's going with that narrative. And I truly believe that is the narrative that Dennis is putting in Porsha's head. I believe that Dennis is like, yeah, Drew tried to get with me, but I don't, it's nothing like that. I want you back. I can see Dennis doing all that shit. But I can tell you, if I got Ralph sitting at home, could no bitch hear me clearly. If I got Ralph sitting at home, could no bitch that's fucking goddamn grandpa and the hot dog man tell me a motherfucking thing. Do you hear what I'm telling you? Couldn't tell me a motherfucking thing. And that's that. Kelli is getting ready for her trip. She's the girls. She's letting the girls know she won't be able to take them to school the first day. The girls don't really care. They just want to know what their budget is. We ready to go shopping. It's about to be the first day of school. Y'all remember the first day of school? Y'all, baby, let me tell you something. First day of school used to be lit. Like first day of school, you had. Well, at least I know for me, I had I was a very big Air Force guy back in the day. I still do like all whites. I like all whites now. I'm more of a ones kind of guy, Jordan ones. But back in the day, I used to be Air Force, like Air Force now. Air Force and Timbs. Y'all remember Mountain Gear? I used to have a pair of Mountain Gears. I used to have a pair. I had a North Face. I had a what was them coats called? It was North Face. And it was something else. I can't think of the name of the other coat. But I used to have all those things, and I never forget the first day of school. I used to have my outfit already ready, and I used to have my Air Forces sitting out. I used to find like all kind of different Air Forces, and like I couldn't wait for the first day of school. Not because I wanted to go learn nothing. Like I didn't care about that, because I just wanted to show out. You want to show out on your first day of school. You ain't seen your friends in a long time, at least for the ones that don't live in the same neighborhood as you. So you wanted to show out. You going to a new grade. Well, some of y'all going to a new grade like me. I feel like Wizard got left behind a couple times. But a lot, for us that went to the next grade and stuff like that, you got new clothes and stuff like that. You wanted to show out. So like I understood the little girls like, okay, bye. You on a trip, cool, great, but great. What's our budget? Like school get ready to show out. We ain't the cutest little girls, but school get ready to show out. We got to get our hair done. You know, like what's our budget? We want to look, we want to look fly. We going to new grades. What's our budget? Girl, we don't care about you leaving. What's our budget? So I definitely understand them saying that. They said Uncle Lamont is going to take you to school. Kelli gets downstairs, baby. She started giving Lamont all these directions on what he got to do. I was confused with Lamont. The one school started at 7 in the morning. What school started at 7 in the damn morning? Damn. Then you got to take to school up over there. Then you got to run down to the school over there. Don't forget the school over there. Child. Them kids be late messing with me. He talks about FaceTiming Mark. She gets scared. I told you, I'll call Mark name out. She'll get scared. He talked about FaceTiming Mark. She said she feel like he FaceTime Mark because he wanted to talk about the right, like, see if Mark would do the right thing. But it was a lot of like Mark was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I felt Kelli on this. Kelli was like, I don't get a break as a parent. I don't get to just make a decision and say, I don't want to take care of these kids. The fact that you don't want to do what you need to do for these kids and stuff like that is messed up. And I agree with Kelli. It's messed up. You don't want to be a father, but yet let one of these little girls get famous, or let one of these little girls get a whole bunch of money or something like that. You be all in their face. That's my baby. I was there. I put her through do ballet and dance rehearsals and singing lessons and acting classes. This and that. Like, no, nigga, you wasn't there. You used to beat on me. Like, like Kelli, girl, go to court and drag his ass. You don't want to be a father? Don't be a father. But you will take care of these motherfucking kids one way or another. And that's a lesson. What? I'm sorry, I just got this funny text message. Sorry, y'all. But take care of your kids. Take care of your responsibility. You will take care of these kids one way or another, voluntarily or involuntarily. But you will take care of these kids. So you can show up, or your paycheck can show up. The choice is yours, but you will take care of these kids. Okay. The ladies all arrive to the airport. Phaedra throws shade at Angela. I'm not sure why, but she says it's the oldest, youngest lady she know. Phaedra, you ain't no spring chicken, mama. Now, Phaedra, you ain't no Phaedra. No, girl, you over here with with peach juice, girl. Don't get your block knocked. Like you ain't no spring chicken now. So calm down, mean girl, calm down. The ladies all get there now. I get that y'all filming a show. Why y'all so dressed up? I guess because y'all filming a show. When I go to, only time I had to get dressed up for the airport was like I got off the plane. I had to go right to like a work thing when I went out of town for work. So I was like, let me just put some clothes on. But any other time, baby, I'm walking through the airport with some flip flops on, some sweatpants on, my head wrapped up, a book bag, a carry on, and a suit, and like first of all, I overpack, but and some headphones on. I'm not getting all cute to go to no airport to sit on no plane. Unless it's like I said, unless it's something that's super important and I don't have time to change. No, I used to have a friend when we used to go out of town a lot, and he would fly in, and when he got out the airport, I'm like, bitch, where you going? Where you going? Everybody else looked like they just woke up. Here he come getting off the plane. Bitch, where you going? What's all this? What you giving? Why you got all this? Why are you fully dressed? But that's just me. So they all arrive to Grenada, and they're greeted. Well, they're at the airport, and we learn that Shamina's suitcase, her luggage does not arrive. Now, let me tell y'all something. First of all, that's that karma. Second of all, baby, I think my trip would be ruined if my suitcase didn't arrive when I arrived. Honestly, I think my trip would be ruined. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? I feel like my trip will be ruined if I got there and my bags were not there. I wouldn't do nothing. I'll be too scared. I'll be too nervous. Somebody out there wearing my shit. Where is my bags at my mind? I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't have fun. I couldn't smile. I couldn't do none of that stuff. Baby, my bag's not there. And I gotta go out and hang out with these people. Mm-mm. 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 My bag's not there? My bags? Mm-mm. My bags? You get and you sitting there waiting for the bags to come down and your stuff not there? It's still back at home. What you mean? Baby, I put my stuff on here the same time these hoes put their stuff up on there. What you mean it's not here? I didn't come late. She put her bag up above my bag up right behind hers. Why my stuff ain't here? Sure. So in the car, Phaedra is asking like who has beef. And Drew mentions that she has they point to Drew. And Phaedra said, I don't really know a lot about Drew. I just know she was in a bunch of black movies.
I know that's right. I know that's right, bitch.
I just know she was in a bunch of black movies. I say, girl. Girl. Oh, Drew. Poor thing. Drew, you girl, they eating you up left and right, girl. It's time for the room assignments, and Britt and Phaedra is in one room. Shamia and Kelli is in one room. Porsha and Angela in one room, and Cynthia and Drew is in one room. And under the cups are the numbers, which is the kind of room they'll end up getting. And Drew and Cynthia get this room with twin beds and stuff like that. And I probably just would have rolled my eyes. I'm like, I wouldn't even have like made a big fuss about it. I just would have been like, y'all bitches is just whack. I just would have been like, y'all bitches just whack. Like, girl, whatever. I just would have been like, you bitches is whack. It is what it is. It's a free trip. Let me go and sit down and put these two beds together, child. Make it work. Shamina was like, she's cool with Phaedra being there, but she got an issue with Drew. She said Drew added me on an Instagram post saying somebody had fake beef, and she was like, Drew don't know if she want to be mad, if she want to be happy. She don't know what it is, but you call me a dog, I have a problem with you. But Shamia, you are a dog. You a lap dog. I don't what you want Drew to say. You a lap dog. You a lap dog. So that's that. Kind of find out Drew is a Taurus like me. I don't know if I should have said that out loud or not, but I just did. Cynthia got a man called Amsterdam, baby. Amsterdam is tall. He dark. He younger than her. He always ready. He like to get it in. He got locks. And she said he's a great kisser and she's different than anything she's ever dated. So just don't marry him, Cynthia. The ladies go out to eat. Angela said this is her 8th wedding anniversary. But she's on a trip with a whole bunch of women that's going through a divorce. Kelli said she wants this trip to be about reset the energy, and reset everything. And she said, let's clear the air with Shamia and Drew. She said I did at Brit. Shamia says I did at Brit's event, but you called me a lap dog and then you posted this imaginary beef. If you call me a lap dog, we got beef. Drew said, then Shamina said, if you got something to say it to me. She's like, I'm right here. So they was like, okay, cool. Let Drew speak. Drew said a hit dog will holler. Oh. Drew said a hit dog will holler.
I know that's right. I know that's right, bitch.
And she said, everybody started getting mad and stuff like that. Was like, no, you can't say that. And it was, and so Phaedra says, "Well, do you really need to call her a dog?" And Drew said, "Well, she was barking at the table." I said, "Girl," I said, "Drew, girl."
Well, all I can say is,
I said, "Girl, you right when you right, honey." She was barking at the motherfucking table. Thought the shit was cute. Look like a damn idiot. Angela says it. It does come off like that when you have an intimate conversation and you run it back. It's a problem. Phaedra says, "So do you really think it's an intimate conversation when you're talking about her best friend?" Um, Angela said, "Porsha, nobody's prying into your relationship. The grievance that she shared with us is with us." And Porsha says, prior to her having a conversation, everybody was running back saying this and saying that. But me and Drew have already had the conversation, and we cleared the air. Kelli says, "Well, what do you think you're a good friend?" Notice Porsha didn't answer the question. Porsha said, "Well, we already had that conversation." So then Lapdog gets in a confession. She goes, "I'm so glad that Porsha has cleared the air and decided not to address it with these ladies. It really makes me feel good about our friendship."
I beg you, please stop.
I'm really glad Porsha cleared the air and didn't address it with these ladies. She go ahead, we can move on.
Jesus Christ.
Shamia, lapdog. So Kelli says, Drew, I think says Kelli, excuse me, Kelli says, Drew, you have an issue with everybody at the table except for Cynthia. Drew was like, I don't have an issue with Porsha. Porsha got an issue with me. Porsha was like, I don't, but you do. And Porsha was like, I didn't use the right words at Shamina's event. I started acting like that because you said I was dating Future. Drew said, because you said I was dating Black first. Like, Porsha, come on now. Come on, Porsha. Um, and they asked Porsha, how did she find out? She said, Dennis told me. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. The girl, Porsha, shut up. And then Porsha got the nerve to sit there and say, Drew, you move. It's the way that you move. It's the way that you move. You got people thinking like that. It's the way that you move. Girl, Porsha, Porsha, Porsha. Listen to me, Porsha. Mama, Porsha. I know it's hurting you not to talk about your real life right now, but this ain't it, Porsha. This ain't it. This ain't it, Porsche. Porsche. Drew says I could have texted you and told you what it was, but I didn't. Dennis said he had reached out to you and told you. Porsha said, but Dennis is a liar. So if Dennis is a liar, Porsha, if Dennis is a liar, why do you automatically believe that Drew is trying that he said Drew was trying to sleep with him if you know Dennis to be a liar? Mm-hmm. She says, I acknowledge that and I want to thank you for that. The dick sucker says, "Oh, well, speaking of husbands, Phaedra, I just want to let you know that Apollo was invited to my event by my husband. I don't know nothing about Apollo, and I never seen Apollo. But him and his wife was invited by my husband."
I don't even know what you're saying. You was sucking that motherfucking dick. Girl, you sucking that motherfucking dick.
Why are we bringing Apollo up? Why are we bringing Apollo up? Britt, why you? Britt, girl, shut up. Shut up. And that was the end of the episode. Next week, it looks like we start to see the beef, the beef between Kelli and Britt. Charles and Charles don't care that it's the 8th anniversary. Well, Angela, you clearly don't care either because you're not there with him. So that was the episode, y'all. So how'd I do? Did I do okay? I try to give y'all as much enthusiasm as I can. I'm not making this no long video because it ain't really much to talk about. And that's it. That's the episode. That's the episode, y'all. Yeah. Mm. Mm. So look, y'all. I'm sleepy. Sorry. Look, y'all. I'm about to get up off of here. Hopefully, y'all were entertained today and last night. And oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. I was reading something. That's it, y'all. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Anything else y'all want to talk about before I go? 'Cause I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Let me see if I can find something on social media. Somebody said, "Is it me or is Jay-Z kind of fine?" Girl, it's you. I saw that he got let go. So I saw that his contract is going when his contract ends, they won't renew it. I saw that today. Um, I don't really had no thoughts behind it, but it's kind of like I thought he would be with the company forever. But hopefully he get a good payoff. Here we go. Trans woman attacked in Nashville, Tennessee. May 30th, I was attacked at Extra Space Charlotte Avenue by a black tie official, a moving employee. I was verbally harassed by 5 grown men screaming slurs at me. Screaming slurs at myself and my other queer friend. We were called men. We were told we could get our asses beat because we were men. As we were defending ourselves, we reported to Extra Space that we were being verbally harassed by movers on the property, even asked for an escort out to our car, which was parked directly next to the mover's truck, which we did not get. As we walked to our car, the 5 men began verbally harassing us again. We tried to get to the car safely without any sort of interaction. We had a screaming match outside of our vehicles until one of the men walked up on us, telling us that we're still men and get our asses beat. Scared for our safety, we proceeded with letting the Extra Space know that we were harassed for a second time, which the employees should have locked the building down. Instead, the movers were able to get in the building, which led to Jermaine Hendricks physically attacking me. He said I assaulted him with throwing water at his direction. Police confirmed that is not what happened. His attack was intentional and came from hate. This is the first time ever in Nashville I've ever felt so unsafe, terrified for my safety. In the moment, a grown man twice my size, fully trying to beat me. Black tie movers, is this who you hired to move customers? How are women, queer people, etc., supposed to feel safe knowing your employees who was wearing a uniform brutally attack people while on a clock? I'm going to be scared for them. My poor hand is so fucked up. Thank God I have some sort of reflex, and I was able to block some of the slaps of the guy. His hand still connected with my face. If I wouldn't have blocked him, I would have totally been knocked out. Thank God things didn't go any further, and that myself and my friends are safe. Trans support, trans and proud. Mm. 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 They did him 30. They could have sent him off better. Yeah, I agree with that. They could have gave him like one big like hooray out the door. Maybe they still will because his contract is not over yet. They let Carlito nasty ass go too. Yeah, Carlito used to be fine, baby. Carlito something thick. Do you watch Baddies Africa? Child, no. I would never stoop so low. Mm. Trans attack, huh? Mm. What's all this? What is all this? What is all this obsession with Kurt Franklin people having now? Why people like saying he? Why are people trying to find? Why are people trying to say Kurt Franklin look? Somebody said the thoughts I continue to have about this man should be against the law. About Kurt Franklin? Don't do my name, girl. Child, I love Naomi. Don't do my Naomi. I love Naomi. She is not cringy. I love Nene. Who was this? And why he dressed like this? Oh. Anyway, I love her down, but the hill is not given. They keep letting Jay whip her. Yeah, I agree with you. I can't stand Jay. She trash. All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here because I'm over here reading shit. Just be reading it. Thank y'all for watching. I will be back sometime this week. To talk about something. I don't know. We'll talk about something. We'll figure it out. Anyway, y'all be safe. I hope y'all have a great week. For those who didn't watch Atlanta, I guess you can go watch it. You ain't missing a damn thing. And I will holler at y'all later. Bye. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.